Right, guys. Some of you may already have seen this reaction from Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter's reacted to Conor Benn, calling him out. Well, Conor Benn's dad calling out Shawn Porter after Conor Benn defeated Samuel Vargas in the very first round. You know, it was a very good victory. Some people are trying to say it was a matchroom special, but the guy was finished, man. He was finished, bruv. The guy took shots. He wasn't ready to continue, so. They just Conor Benn decided to throw some names out there, talking about Adrian Broner, talking about fighting dad, talking about Shawn Porter, Amir Khan, and fighters like that, But it's interesting because Shawn Porter, elite fighter as he is, fight the likes of, Errol Spence. His most recent fight, Nigel Benn's busy talking about his son fighting someone like this. But before I jump into it, man, you make sure you, man, hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, drop your comments in the comment section below on this one. If you want to support the channel, hit the link in the description, and drop the ting, But Shawn Porter's responded to Conor Benn, and I'm just going to jump into his take, man, because I fully agree with Shawn Porter's take. Shawn Porter, and respect to him, he's not going to allow this younger, and to start making him, I'm going to start trash talking a younger and all this nonsense. If it was like Errol Spence, what's his name, Terence Crawford, or people on his level, talking rubbish, he'll be talking his trash back. I know Shawn Porter knows how to talk trash, but he's like, yeah, you little kid, sit down somewhere, you need to get a bit more experience. But Shawn Porter, basically, the gist of what he was saying here is that, Conor Benn hasn't been to trenches before. Conor Benn barely has no amateur experience, basically. He ain't really fought nobody in the professional ranks yet. Even though Samuel Vargas was a step up, for me, I've already said in my previous video, Samuel Vargas has taken punishment from Amir Khan. He took recent punishment from Virgil Ortiz. He got bashed up, bruv. So even Shawn Porter said, this is someone we actually expected, Conor Benn to beat. Some people who are not objective are going to say, oh, raw, Conor Benn, this was a step up. Yeah, if you're going to, listen, Samuel Vargas ain't beat nobody. The guy is known for his losses. He's fought top opponents. That don't mean he's any good. He got stopped. He got beat by Errol Spence. He got beat by Amir Khan. He got beat by, Virgil Ortiz. He's gotten beat every single top fight he's fought. He's got beaten. So, people are jumping. People somehow think that if you've lost the fighters, that means you must be somehow tough. It's a weird dichotomy that people come up with. But Shawn Porter's basically saying that Conor Benn expected him to beat Samuel Vargas. That obviously his win was great. The way he was able to open up and stop him in the very first round. Like I said, the guy's been taking bare punishment. And Samuel Vargas took bare punishment. He's proof that. Go on YouTube, type in Samuel Vargas, Virgil Ortiz. The guy got bashed up, bruv. They didn't even let him complete the next 6th round. He got bashed up. And one thing that, Shawn Porter was saying that is really interesting is that, when you fight these guys, that you expect you to beat, obviously you're looking good. When you actually have to fight someone, they're throwing shots back, you might find yourself, you're not going to be winning in the early rounds. You're going to find yourself in the 5th round, 6th round, 7th round, 8th round, 9th round, 11th round, possibly in the 12th round. How are you going to be handling fighters who can bang and who are probably even bigger than you at the weight? How are you going to be dealing with these guys? Because I guarantee tell you, for me, I think a Virgil Ortiz beats Conor Benn right now. In my opinion, Conor Benn don't beat Shawn Porter. In my opinion, right now, they're talking about fighting Amir Khan because Amir Khan is at the end of his career. They know he's got a glass chin and they want a good name on the resume. Say, oh, I banged out Amir Khan. Like, come on, bruv. Amir Khan is washed, bruv. Amir Khan could obviously box a bit, but look what he did with Terence Crawford. Took a little bit of a low shot and he jumped out and wants the ref to jump in and stop it. That guy's washed, bruv. If Amir Khan's gonna fight, it's big payday money, big fights. He's not titles. He's not on the line for no titles or anything like that. Because Amir Khan was talking about, if Conor Benn has got titles, he knows Conor Benn ain't got no titles, bruv. He knows that I'm not gonna go in there with a young lion like this, if it's not a big money fight. Amir Khan, as people can say what they want about Amir Khan, the guy can still sell. He's got his community of, his own fan base, the Asian fan base, Middle Eastern fan base. You know, so he knows, bro. Amir Khan knows that he can go fight. You know, and he knows he's just like Manny Pacquiao. He's got his own fan base that are gonna tune in and watch his fights. You know, he knows, so he's just gonna look for the big money payday. I highly doubt he's gonna fight Kell Brook, but if he did, that would be a big money because the people are gonna tune in and watch him. You know, and that is what Eddie Hearn's trying to cynically, you know, use to, you know, to try and boost his new star in Conor Benn. Go in there, fight glass chin Amir Khan, good name on the resume, detonate a right hand, put him to sleep. Conor Benn knocked out Amir Khan. That's what Eddie Hearn's looking for, you know, and, you know, Amir Khan doesn't want to fall into that trap. You know, because if Amir Khan goes there and gets stopped by Conor Benn, he's finished, bruv. If he got stopped by Conor Benn, he's finished, bruv. It's over, fam. It's finished. But, you know, Shawn Porter talking about that, you know, Conor Benn needs to go. He hasn't been in the trenches before. And it's true, man. I fully agree with what Shawn Porter saying there. He's right. He knows what he's talking about. He mentioned Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz has a much better amateur record than Conor Benn does. And there's things that you learn. Very similar to Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce went pro late. But you can see what Joe Joyce is doing now is because he's benefited from his amateurs. He's benefited the fights he's had. He's been dropped in amateurs, Joe Joyce. You know, he's improved his footwork. He's improved his coordination. You know, these amateurs things really help. You know, they really help you in terms of not just your boxing skills, but in terms of your mentality when you're in trouble. You know, what to do when you're in trouble. If you stick Conor Benn in there with a Virgil Ortiz and the fight is in the 8th round, Conor Benn gets rocked. He's never been rocked in his life. What's he going to do? How's he going to react? We don't know. If he fights a Shawn Porter's a very aggressive fighter. If he goes in there, you know, hitting Conor Benn some big bombs, and, you know, Shawn Porter tonight looks quite big. You know, how's Conor Benn going to respond? You know, how you know, these are the fights. You have to have the intermediate fights before you jump in with some big names like that, man, just to set you up. Look at what happened with Anthony Yard. He didn't have the right intermediary fights. Let me go jump fight Kovalev. He got stopped. If he had the right intermediary fights, maybe he wouldn't have got stopped. Maybe he would have had the experience and able to, you know, distribute his energy in the rounds much better. You know, that's what intermediary fighters do. Ask Daniel Dubois. You fight cream puffs and, you know, cream puffs, puddings, cupcakes, road sweepers, and bin men. You go in there against an experienced amateur. In Joe Joyce, another experienced amateur. Two people say, oh, Joe Joyce ain't fought nobody. Experienced amateur, got silver in the Olympic Games, and I believe he beat Tony Yoka. He went there and he beat Daniel Dubois, outboxed him. His power did nothing. Don't tell me you've got power, bruv. You need the experience if you're going to fight the top elite guys with elite skills and this kind of stuff. You know, go and see what Shawn Porter was doing in the fight with Errol Spence. You're telling me that Conor Benn is going to come in there and do a number on Shawn Porter? You know, Johnny Nelson, yeah, he was just talking rubbish, bruv. Man said that Conor Benn just he just beat Shawn Porter. Fanboy, bruv. Sky Sports propagandist, bruv. Just talking rubbish, bruv. Drop your comments in the comment section below. I agree with Shawn Porter. What do you got? What say you? What is your 2 cents? Do you think Shawn Porter is correct? Do you think that, you know, Conor Benn needs to bide his time, take his time with his career before taking on the big guns? Or should, you know, Conor Benn jump in there and get the smoke from the top guys? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Make sure you like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, you know, hit the like button as well. If you want to support the channel, you want more videos, you want more content, you want interviews, you want me to produce more content, hit the description, hit the link in the description. Drop something, man. Drop something on the channel, and let's go, man. Cool.